I failed. I totally and completely failed. Why did I even buy these things? How was I tempted? It's simple. The thing number two that I wanted to talk about is actually I sold one of my stocks that was doing really well. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we start our walk right here at the Rose Donk windmill. This windmill was regularly featured in Van Gogh's works. It's not just about the landscape that you currently don't see, but it's a beautiful landscape when it's not so misty like today. Van Gogh loved making portraits about weavers and about the peasants that were living in the area at the time. The mill can often be seen through the windows of their humble cottages. So the people who used to live around this area, the windmill could always be seen from the windows, and it was just a beautiful sight in the vast landscape that was before them. I'm going to show you one of the drawings that Van Gogh made, and then I'm going to start walking right through. So this is one of the pictures that he made, and I'm sure if you basically look it up, you can find it. This picture is currently hanging in one of the museums right here in town. On another video, I talked about the wealthy mindset compared to the mindset of the middle class. And the first thing that I mentioned was the difference is that the wealthy think in long term compared to the middle class who think in short-term comforts. They think in long term because they know that whatever investment they make today will compound over time. And it's not only about investing, it's also about making sure that you stop the leaks, such as making sure that you have savings and you have enough to cover the future. And you're actually building on top of that so that you can basically earn without having to put too much effort into making those earnings. I started my own challenge without even telling anybody back in October. So I decided that I'm going to stop using my credit card altogether. I've been using it and then paying it off completely. But if I'm being honest with myself, back then I told myself, okay, whenever I use my credit card, it's almost like I'm taking from the future that I want to build. So I should actually just stop altogether. It doesn't matter because at the moment, I don't need to build that credit score, especially where I'm living in the Netherlands. Things are just not structured that way financially. So I don't need to be thinking about keeping a credit score or anything like that. So in order to start the challenge for myself, I stopped using the credit card. I paid it all off, and I said whatever amount that I want to use extra that is not covered by my initial set of income, then I can borrow a bit from myself, from my emergency fund. So it worked for October and November. And then towards the end of November, that's when all hell broke loose. I failed. I totally and completely failed. The assignment was not to use my credit card and to not overspend. I completely failed. When Black Friday hit, I was just in it. I bought a lot of gear for recording and for basically making content. And I, if I'm being honest with myself, I was buying those things because of FOMO. And I was telling myself that I want to buy the gear so that I am investing in my content creation. But it's very dangerous to first start by accumulating gear before actually creating the content that you need or that you want to create. So yeah, I made that mistake. I am grown up enough to admit that it was a mistake, and I am grown up enough to say that I'm going to pack those things up and send them back. there's two expensive items that I want to take back. The first is the Rodecaster video, and then the second is actually an item that has not even been delivered yet. I ordered it. It will be shipped out on the 12th of December, and by then we will not be around here. Yeah, if you want to know more about that, subscribe to the channel because I'll be posting a link to tell you all about our latest excursion. But I digress. That item is the Insta360 Ace 2 Pro. Insta came out with new lenses, a new body for the action camera, and I love using this action camera so much that I was willing to buy another one to basically create content in a different way, because that one has a feature where you can take pictures and it has other lenses that you can change on it, and it's such an interesting new development in the space of action cameras that I was just like, yeah, I gotta get this. That one specifically went on my credit card. For that purchase, I spent over 800 euros. Yeah, for the Rodecaster video as well, I spent over 800 euros. And when you just look at the money going, that's over 1,600 euros on basically two huge purchases at that time. If you convert that to South African rands, you're sitting very close to about 32,000 rands. Who does that? So yeah, I am scolding myself. I am telling myself that I need to think about the future. And this is a lesson that I am learning. This is how I am implementing the first mindset change. And it's something that you have to keep doing, right? It's not like you've done it once and now you have mastered it. Those mindset changes have to become a habit that you keep reiterating to yourself, that you keep yourself in check, that you don't basically go offline and spending when you were supposed to be conserving the money that you have and thinking about the future. It doesn't come naturally. I am naturally impulsive when it comes to spending. It doesn't come naturally. I have to keep myself in check, and I have to give myself tiny rewards. So for this time, by implementing this action of saying, okay, stop. Are you actually going to be using this? The Rodecaster, I won't be using it. The Insta360 Ace Pro 2 video action camera, I will be using it, but it arrives too late. And I don't even know if they're going to ship it to South Africa if I change my shipping address. And it's just not the right time to do it if I did want to do it anyway. So I would be leaving for South Africa and having like constant worry about an item that is going to arrive when I'm not here. Yeah. So for the setup of continuing to vlog in South Africa, I think I'm just going to continue with this one. I will take a few items from my desk setup, but I definitely don't need the Rodecaster video at the moment. Why did I even buy these things? How was I tempted? It's simple. I was tempted because in everything that I do, there is some sort of I want to do better. I'm always trying to improve myself. I'm always looking for that 1% better that I can do. But that 1% better that I talked about in another video over here that I will link is not really about buying things that will make you better. Sometimes it's about really honing that skill, making sure that you are able to perform in the way that will make you better, provide a service in a way that will make you stand out from the rest. And in that way, you are then able to create better value for yourself and the community that you live in. So in any way, buying should only come when you are going to directly see the benefits within a very short period of time. If I'm being honest with myself, my current content creation is still very small. I'm still at the mark of less than 1,000 subscribers. And I haven't really reached the point where I should be spending so much, investing so much. I've already invested a lot. I will show a picture and paste it over here to show you my desk setup when I'm actually recording and the gear that I have. And even the gear that you will see on there is not everything. There's things that are still in the closet that I use based on the need at that moment. So yeah, I want to get better. That means I need to practice more talking like this to you. That means I need to take lessons in perhaps improving my color grading, or improving my editing skills, or improving the business side. Like on that other video, I said I was struggling to basically provide the digital products that I make, tell you about them when I'm doing the walk and talks like I'm doing now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having 1,600 back in my arms, safe. And I haven't thought how I'm going to reward myself with it, or how I'm going to check up on it maybe in a year's time or in 5 years' time what I did with it. But if you stick around, subscribe to the channel, you will know how that 1,600 ended up working for me. I did very well during my pregnancy by making sure that I'm able to save for this leave period that I'm on. And then I went off the tracks, guys. I went off the tracks by a huge margin. Not only spending like 600, no. I basically almost tripled the amount that I spent, 1,600. Yo, yeah. Well, I hope that you learned from me. Think in the long term, not the short term. Short-term comforts, like all this gear that I've been collecting, will only last for a moment. But if you think about the future, you think about how you can basically make sure that you are well taken care of in the future by either investing. I love investing. I'll probably just invest this money. Invest, buy a stock, and you will see how it does in the future. The thing number 2 that I wanted to talk about is actually I sold one of my stocks that was doing really well. When it came to about 700% profit that I had made on the stock, I sold it and I was so happy. That stock was Palantir. I am out of Palantir at the moment. I will look for another stock to buy, but I feel that like buying something and then forgetting about it for a while, that's the way to go. I think I've had Palantir for less than 3 years, and it has outperformed a lot of the other stocks that are in the market. So I'm happy that I made that investment, and I'm looking forward to the next stock that I buy. If you would like to hear more about the stock that I invest in and some tips of how you can invest, please leave a comment in the description down below. Just comment and say, hey, we'd like to hear more about those investments, and I will tell you all about it. So that's how it went with my mindset change this time. Thank you for joining me. I will see you on the next one.